expertise becomes a global competitive advantage. Second is the intelligence engine. We must look beyond efficiency and harness the transformative power of AI, data, and automation, not just to optimize, but to predict, to innovate, and to create entirely new streams of value. This is how GBS transforms from a cost center to a strategic value creator. Third is the human core. Technology is only half of the equation. The ultimate competitive advantage lies in our people. We will delve deeper into designing the future of work, creating talent-centric, resilient, and productive workspaces. The GBS centers of the future will not just be places to work, they will be places where the world's best talent minds want to be. Tonight, as we engage in these crucial dialogues, I urge you to bring your boldest ideas, challenge our speakers, challenge your peers, and challenge yourselves. Later this evening, we will be celebrating the leaders who are already embodying this future with our GBS Leadership Excellence Awards and Who's Who Global Business Services Awards. Let their success inspire us all. Every great beginning deserves a spark of light. And in our culture, the lamp is more than just a symbol. It represents knowledge, clarity, and the power to dispel darkness. What better way to set the tone for today's conversations than by lighting the lamps together?
Hello everyone, how are you? So everyone knows that when the darkness arrives, for the darkness to go, a lamp has to be lighted, right? And it is not easy to eliminate the darkness. And that's why people have to be very patient about that light to come in. Do all agree with me? Yes. The tea was not good? Or there are more coffee lovers? Filter coffee. Is that what everybody wanted, the coffee? There was a coffee, I had coffee, it was a nice one. So let's just wait for 2 more minutes, and I think the lamp will be here, which will be eliminating the darkness around us, the darkness of ignorance. Okay? Thank you very much.
Represents knowledge, clarity, and the power to dispel darkness. What better way to set the tone for today's conversations than by lighting the lamp together? I'd like to invite our esteemed dignitaries to join us on stage for the lamp lighting ceremony. Mr. Gaurav Vaid, Member, Board of Directors, Global Council of Global Business Services, and Mr. Sameer Venugopal, Vice President, ITGCC, Karnataka Digital Economy Mission. Mr. Sai Sharan, Regional Corporate Head, Noora, Sustained Health with Active AI Seasoning. Mr. Madhu Sutharan, Regional Director, Indo-German Chamber of Commerce. Our partners from the State Bank of India, Mr. Pankaj Kumar, Deputy General Manager, Bangalore North. And finally, Mr. Alok Kumar Chaturvedi, Deputy General Manager, Bangalore North. Sorry, I'd also like to welcome Mr. Raghu Babu Gunturu, Director, NAC, Global Council of Global Business Services. To officially open the evening, I now welcome Mr. Gaurav Vaid, Member, Board of Directors, Global Council of Global Business Services. Please join me in giving him a warm welcome.
So, good evening, everyone. All the distinguished guests, awardees, and it's a Most of you don't know me, and I probably don't know a lot of you right now. Hoping to fix that by the end of tonight. Really looking forward to get to know a lot of you today. It's my pleasure and honor to actually be here, kicking off this event. I think she already covered that we are at an inflection point in terms of the future of global business services. It is, I think we can all feel it. There's a collection of, as I was looking at the event that Santosh has been able to pull together and the type of people who are here. There are lots of brilliant minds, people who have been in the industry, in the global business services space. So the global business services overall is kind of going from being a cost arbitrage center to turning into an innovation hub and all of that. It's and a lot of things are happening like AI, whatnot. So all of this, as the inflection points, as it's true with any inflection point on transition, there is usually a sense of fear about what might happen, because what's the future of the way GBSs have been thriving in terms of being outsourcing centers, back offices, cost arbitrage centers. That model is under threat, but every time there is a threat, there is actually an opportunity as well. And that's precisely the opportunity, that's the inflection point where we are right now. And it's actually very heartening to see what Santosh has launched and bring together of all the minds today. And some of us have been talking with each other actually, and for people who don't know me, you'll get to know me hopefully in the next 10 minutes or so. It's my privilege to stand here with all of you here in Bangalore. I started my career in Bangalore, 93 to 95. After that, I have actually been in the US. So I'm not from Bangalore, I'm based in Boston. And right now, Bangalore is my second home. I spend about a third of my time in Bangalore, the rest of my time in Boston. I have my own company called Ventures Inc. The stated mission is bridging the valleys. I have done products, built big companies, small companies in the US, and now at this stage of my career, I'm advising other companies on product and innovation. So when Santosh was putting together GCGBS and the mission of, okay, it's an inflection point, we have to go from cost arbitrage to becoming innovation hubs. That really resonated with a lot of things that I do. And when I looked at the way the agenda is shaping up, and you will see 3 panels today, they are focused on 3 main things. One is all about precision and this concept of, it's not about scale, it's about highly focused, specialized sort of independent units, call them nano GCCs, which are fully empowered. That becomes a way to actually a fully empowered sort of a product team that can go build things and the structure and governance of how all that will be set up. It's all about focus. The second part is, I think everybody talks about AI. No conversation in technology cannot be without AI. So whatever is happening in terms of AI and the data transformation, on one end, that represent a threat to the traditional outsourcing model in the services industry. On the other spectrum, actually, with the type of talent that Bangalore as well as India has in general in terms of the IT talent, it actually presents a wonderful opportunity, because there is no industry now that is not going to have IT and AI. IT and AI are fundamental building blocks across every industry. These are the engines which will power what needs to be built using the tech. I am a huge fan of what I call purpose-driven innovation, where, okay, don't build tech just for the sake of building tech, build it for something useful. And that's where the domain knowledge combined with the technical talent, which I think India can bring about, and with nano GCCs, the various cities all over India can, wherever there's a domain knowledge, marry the tech talent and put that together. And the third aspect, so technology is the second aspect. First panel would be on precision, then there's a panel on the transformation around technology. The third and the most critical aspect, in my opinion, is the human at the core. It's all about humans. I would love for all of you to connect with me on LinkedIn. I write about something called Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence, that in the age of artificial intelligence, it's actually incumbent on all of us to discover our humanity and that lead with human intentions. So in all of this era and the event this morning, the Global HR Council, people talked about the impact of layoffs, etc. So that is happening. You can take a look at Silicon Valley right now. There are layoffs left, right, and center. So technology is not necessarily making people more secure. It is actually making people more and more fearful. So how do you actually build the human at the core, and how do you enable the talent for the humans to be able to participate in this future of the global business services economy? So that those are the three pillars. You'll see those panels today. I am really excited to be part of this team. As we were putting this together, I could really see it all come together. It's a very bold vision, and I think the vision is to kind of put together a book of knowledge for global business services, where all of these can become a practice that can, a kind of framework that anybody can adopt to if they are setting up an innovation center anywhere in India. So excited to be part of it. And what I would request all of you is that while there's all these panel discussions and talks that will happen, of course, listen, but challenge yourself, challenge the participants, ask questions. This is actually a gathering of who's who, selected people who you all have earned the right to be here based on your backgrounds. So we all are a team. Let's challenge each other, challenge ourselves to really figure out and build this book of knowledge for global business services together. And I'm delighted to be here. Glad that you all are here. Look forward to the next couple of hours of very engaging discussions. I think it is a time of the inflection point. It's a time of transformation. So hopefully you're all as excited as I am. Let's kick off the sessions and let the transformation begin.
Thank you, Mr. Ved, for setting the stage so beautifully and signifying the importance of purpose-driven innovation. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Sameer Venugopal, Vice President, ITGCC at KDM, here with us to share his thoughts on behalf of KDM. Please join me in welcoming him.
It's so much fun to be part of the government, right? Okay, quick introduction. Often ask myself what qualifies me to stand here and for you all to listen to something that I have to say. Because I'm not a GCC person, but I am an IT person. So I've been in the industry for long, just like you have. I've had a long career, almost 31 years, starting with HCL way back in 95, Satyam, IBM, so some of my old IBM colleagues are here, Microsoft, and then ran a startup for a brief while, and that got acquired by Upgrad, after which I was doing nothing but just holidaying till, KDM reached out and said, can you help us with building out this GCC vertical and IT-ITS. Since I knew IT-ITS very well and did not know anything about the government, I said, great, opportunity to learn. So I said, I'll come back and join Sanjeev. Sanjeev is also an ex-colleague and friend from Microsoft. So together, we represent KDM. So what is KDM really? KDM is, while I say we are part of government, we are not really government. We are a quasi-government organization. We are a Section 8 company. So that's a charitable company, wholly funded by the IT-BT department. So we work under the aegis of the IT-BT department. And, but however, our board consists of 41% private members. So including folks like ASSOCHAM, ISA, NASCOM, and folks like that, created with the single-minded purpose of being a bridge that hears the voice of industry and brings it back to government so change can happen in an accelerated format, right? And that's really exciting for me. So I'm happy to be a part of this IT GCC at a time when things are changing so rapidly. Believe you me, every week I talk to at least 4 or 5 prospective clients, and I'm going to call these clients because that's the world I was from. And they are clients essentially. They are people who want to come to the state that I've learned to love so much. I'm not from Bangalore, I'm a Keralite, but I've been here since 2002. And I just love Bangalore, Karnataka, and I thought this is a great opportunity to serve. So every week we have, between me and my colleagues, we talk to at least 3 to 4 GCCs. Things have changed, and things have changed significantly. So initially we had those, 10 billion and above companies that already knew. I mean, if they did not know Bangalore, then the folks there were not worth their salt. But what has changed now is the 5 billion to 10 billion and $500 million company to a $1 billion company. I don't know if it's really nano, but it's smaller than the others, right? Very important though, because what we're looking at doing is creating islands, small clusters, right? Islands of people that have a common purpose. Let's take an example, right? Earlier you had IT, ITS coming into the country in a big way. So the choice essentially was, which country? Are we really saving money? And what kind of jobs should we outsource? So like Gaurav rightly pointed, we have moved out from that low level, back office kind of skilling into things that are more meaningful. Innovation is happening out of here, which is why the smaller guys also want to pursue India and Bangalore. No, I love Bangalore, and I love talking about it, right? So I'm going to leave you with some, statistics also. Bangalore today attracts 22% of all FDI that comes into the country. Just for your information, almost 44% of all GCCs are hosted out of Bangalore. These are the largest to the smallest. We have roughly about 1,800 odd GCCs in the country, and nearly 870 of them have chosen Bangalore as home. And now, increasingly we are seeing, because I have a Beyond Bangalore charter that all of you can help me with, especially for the medium and nano GCCs, where we want to declutter Bangalore. It's not that it's bad, it's just the declutter is a bad word, but we want to just move people into other locations so economic reform and economic progress can happen in smaller districts. So one of the charters that KDM also carries, apart from bringing in GCCs, is to host them in new locations and clusters like Mysore, which is very popular for cyber security, IT, ITS, data center. We have a big event coming, so if you all are able to travel on the 23rd, 24th, we have an event happening in Bangalore, and Bangalore is going to be a cluster that hosts data centers, a lot of fintech. So a lot of finance companies, because the nature of Bangalore has always been to serve the country's economic needs, right? So Bangalore for fintech. We have another large center that's Mysore, Mangalore, and Hubli, Dharwad, and Belgavi for manufacturing, advanced materials, again, general IT and ITS. So I have a charter to move people beyond. These nano GCCs, because they don't have the same size as the large ones, are very happy to do so. And why? Because the government of India and the government of Karnataka have a lot of incentives to bring them into India, and Karnataka offers a tremendous amount of incentive for folks that want to move beyond Bangalore. Right? And for nano GCCs, we have accelerators, we have seats of our own, both through private as well as Karnataka government's own hosted centers where people can get quickly operational, maybe in a couple of months operational. I mean, I'm not saying that we can do it in 3 days, 4 days, but in a couple of months operational. We have incentives that go beyond all that. We have staffing support, talent support. We pay 50% of the salary for the first couple of years, depending on their qualification, of course. Subsidized power, things like hardware costs are subsidized by 50%. Patents, we pay for their patents. So depending on the qualification criteria where the GCC falls, the government is really opening up to get more and more investments back into Karnataka. And all this is made available through both the government, IT/BT department, government of Karnataka, as well as, KDM. I also want to thank, I didn't forget to do that at the beginning, Santosh ji and, the GCPIT team for having me over. It's a pleasure to talk to such an august crowd. And I'm hoping to learn as I sit with you all and hear you talk about what we can do to better serve both the nation and Karnataka. With this, I'll stop. I just want to listen, like Mr. Ved said, to everybody and hear the discourse and learn from it all. So, Jai Hind and Jai Karnataka.
So thank you, Mr. Samir sir, for representing KDM and for that inspiring address. It was really great. So it's now my pleasure to invite Mr. Madhusudan, Regional Director, Indo-German Chambers of Commerce, for his special address. Yeah, the stage is yours, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished speakers, panelists, and the distinguished guests who are here. I feel really privileged to be part of this August gathering. And as my previous speaker has mentioned, this is an exclusive and selected set of audience. I think we should use this forum to open and speak a little more frankly. So I would be really happy to do that as well to start. So just to introduce myself, I'm Madhusudanan, Madhu. So I lead the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce for Karnataka and Kerala region. So brief introduction about myself. I'm basically an electronics engineer turned to what I'm doing currently with about 22 plus years of industry experience. Closely worked with the defense and aerospace industry and automotive industry. Some of the key programs which I can mention is about the LCA aircraft, which all you know that. Most of the avionics systems and the weapon systems are tested. The test systems are developed by me. And from there, I moved on to automotive. So one of the important programs which we have worked is Volkswagen 2.0 program and others, which post that I had a good stint with NASCOM for about 6 years, heading the engineering R&D division. So that's when we closely worked with Karnataka government, exploring Germany as a market, primarily to penetrate under-penetrated markets. So we studied very closely different markets, and you all know that we have been exporting heavily to US. Close to about our 60% of our export revenue comes from IT and ITES revenue comes through the US exports. So we were looking at the European region, which is far less, like let's say 18 to 20% was the export revenue. The Southeast Asian countries was holding another 12 to 14%. So we were penetrating, trying to put up systems in place and policies in place, programs in place to penetrate this market. So Germany was an interesting area, and South Korean and Japanese markets were another interesting area which we worked. So I must just, before I start, I must congratulate Santosh ji and the team for Suresh for putting up this whole event together. It's really a long event they had, and bringing to a wonderful audience here we have. Maybe I just wanted to start with a little not so good statement probably, so that our conscience are a little more shaken. So we always say that we take our pride. I hope the edits are done properly. There's not, poster outside, but I think I just wanted to speak frank as well. I see the brighter side, but let me do this a bit of a devil's advocate a bit. So Karnataka holds close to about 52% of the GCCs in the country. So close to about 1800 plus GCCs are there in the country, and Karnataka holds an edge. But if you look at the stark or the dark side of that particular story is predominant amount of close to about 65, I should say, I think 60 to 65% of the GCCs who are here, who has a huge potential to be one of the leaders in the industry. But unfortunately, they are not scaled the same way how they should have been scaled. And they are still delivering services as a backend offices for their parent headquarters, not driving innovation. So that's something which is not really great. We can be proud about. Meaning we have all available, the intellectual talent, innovation capability, the academic support, ecosystem, everything is available. But the GCCs has a different challenge within themselves to get the programs, the core programs from their parent headquarters, which is only like something which is really dark. So okay, like who is the real leaders? Only 6 to 8% of the 1800 plus GCCs are the product owners in their own spaces. So this is, can we shift the 60% towards that? The last 8% is the work which KDM, NASCA, I think these forums are going to drive that, and I think everyone has an equal role in this particular area. And thanks once again for bringing all of us together so that we can have a frank conversation and see that how we can move all the GCCs who are coming in to drive impact for their parent headquarters and be that, get a seat in the board. So that's what we call for. So maybe the GCC is a general thing, but let me, when I'm from Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, and I don't want to speak outside the framework of the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce or the German opportunities per se. So just to give a quick snapshot, when we filtered the top 2,000 high R&D spenders globally, we found close to about 200 of the top R&D spenders from the German region who are more than $3 billion plus export revenue, do not have a major presence in India. So that's a big scope where we could do this. I always take this example, what Germany also should leverage from India. So we always measure it. When let me go back to the manufacturing metrics, what we use. The forklift example, the number of forklifts per million population. So China is number one with more than 25,000 plus forklifts per million population, and US comes second with 18,000 plus forklifts. It's a rule of thumb which is measured, no data metrics per se which is available. But India is close to about 3,000 forklifts per million population. But when you look at who is the largest exporter of this forklifts, it's actually Germany. And that's the potential of market India provides for Germany. And if you look at the top 200 high R&D spenders in the world, in Germany region itself, they do not have any presence in India or a negligible presence in India. So this is the target which we would want to attract. Maybe I think if I have to ask this question, that what is the most pressing priority for the international collaboration today, right? If you ask this question 20 years before, the answer is very simple. It is increasing trade volume. It is just what that, can we go from 300 billion to 400 billion, 400 to 500? This is what is the question, answer which would have come from. So the answer will be, if I give the same answer, it will be as lame as showing a Nokia phone in the era of smartphones, saying that the 1100 phone in the place of the smartphones are Apple 17 as well. So the real priority is that how can we deliver world-class engineering precision, with the innovation aspects is what is going to drive. And the same way, can both countries come together and be a partner in delivering the common causes? It could be the ESG topic, because that's a lot more pressing. And why I'm touching this ESG topic is very important, because India has set an ambitious goal of 500 gigawatt by 2030, and we are just about 50%, and we have only 5 years to go to achieve it. While you look at the top economies like Germany, Europe, has a larger specialization which is available, the technical capability available. I would probably look at the GCC concept to go beyond the shared services models and see that can we be the partner who will drive the innovation story for the high impact problem statements what we have in front. While taking care of the financial services and other operations is not less priority, but I would rather see that the huge potential is there in these areas where we can demonstrate our knowledge. And I just wanted to sum quickly, like you know the nano GCC concepts and others, yes, people are talking about. While I don't want to be critical about it, but I would rather look at it from a different lens. Can we create GCCs which can act as a engineering in the box? So it's not that specific to particular organization, but can we create a model where any organization, because if you look at Germany as a market, the top 2% of German markets are the Bosches of the world or the Siemens of the world are there. 98% are Mittelstand organizations, we call the SMEs, and the family-owned businesses who do not even are listed. So these organizations are not going to come to India as to set up their GCCs. If we wanted to attract them, it's not going to be the policies alone which is going to help them to come to India, because like they are full. They think that they are specialized, they have all the capability, they have the know-how, everything. But unfortunately, they are losing their market share, their margins are getting affected. So they are also under constant pressure. But if we can introduce a new business models, think out of the GCC concept. As I mentioned, it could be as simple as in sandboxes or the engineering in a box kind of solutions, where we will allow the Mittelstand organizations to come and do a plug and play, try some things in a short time for 1 year, 2 years as an experiment model. Once they know once they taste the water or they test the water and understand that this is the area where they wanted to excel, I think the shift in driving innovation and our credibility to contribute to the larger goal also goes much bigger. So with this, I really thank Santoshji and the team, Sureshji, for giving me this opportunity. And I sincerely hope that we trigger right conversations at this forum, so that at the end of the day, we think collectively to shape this space for all of us to flourish. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting such important points. Next up, we hear from Mr. Sai Sharan, Regional Corporate Head, Noora, who will talk about good health and mission. Yeah, sir. The stage is all yours.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sai Sharan, and I am the Regional Corporate Head for Noora. I am so excited to hear about the GCCs that are setting up, that will be set up in this very own state and the country. And I am so excited to know that we will be able to empower them with good health, right? It is important for any company which is coming from outside in India to check what are the health ecosystems. Can they support our employees? Can they nurture the talent? Can they give them a reflection of their own health? And I'm so excited to present on this. And I would like to begin my presentation with a short video. Thank you. Can any one of you all try to relate what I'm trying to say here? Any thought process? Okay, let me just help you. So, it was an exciting race, wasn't it? Wasn't it an exciting race? But not an ideal ending, right? So now imagine your body as the car, your mind as the driver, your heart as the engine. Now, if we do not have our engines, that is our heart, in the right checks and measures, which is a subject matter of wear and tear, our life goes for a toss. Hence, the importance of preventive health screening. So, I deeply encourage all of you all to reflect about your health to keep moving forward in life. Yeah. So, I'm here to talk about the importance of preventive health screening, and let's understand what screening is all about. So, before I answer to that question, What's the routine that we follow? Normally, when you are not well, we go visit a doctor. The doctor prescribes some medicine and some tests, followed by you visiting a diagnostic center or a hospital, right? And then, basis of your severity, you undergo a treatment and post-treatment care. That's the routine that we have. Well, by definition, screening means testing the healthy population. I know I'm healthy, but I want to be right assured about my health. I need to understand where am I reflecting in terms of my fitness levels. So screening by definition means a proactive and a provocative step taken towards one health to be rest assured when it comes to their well-being. About Noora. So we are a Fujifilm organization. Any of you all Fujifilm? Retro Memories? A traditional photography manufacturer basically pivoted itself to becoming the world's third largest medical equipment manufacturing, right? So they are setting up screening centers across the country. Well, we began our first center from Bangalore, and they leverage highly upon imaging technology to ensure that the minutest of the health concerns may be picked up at an earlier stage, right? So that is one of the biggest plus point that Fujifilm has. So basically, it's in collaboration with DKH Group, which has come into picture to ensure that they use best of the imaging technology to determine one's health. So what is our objective? Now, this was an article which was launched which was published almost a year ago. It talks about India lacks systematic screening program. Now, that is what we are trying to address. We are trying to build as many systematic screening programs as possible with one objective, early detection and save life, right? That is our core objective. Our uniqueness, how different are we? We are India's first AI health screening center. I will expound more about the use of AI in my upcoming slides. We provide a serene environment to encourage an individual to undergo screening. We support an individual right from the beginning till the end to ensure that they have a seamless experience, right? On the contrary, when you go to a hospital or a diagnostic center, it's more like a self-help care. You don't have anybody to assist you around. You have to be on your own. But at Noora, apart from the Japanese technology, it is also about Japanese hospitality, which we believe corely in Hinduism, Atiti Devo Bhava, right? Everybody is a VIP guest for us. And we call them guests. It is not patient. So be my guest and avail the service. While guesses, we just take about 2 hours to complete the whole screening process. You heard it right. So if you come at 9 o'clock in the morning, by 11 you are out with your doctor consultation and your reports, thereby giving you an opportunity to reflect on your health. And what does that lead to? Basically it enables you to take action from the day one itself. Now you have your reports in hand. What are you supposed to do about it? Take action, go to the right specialist and bring in course correction in terms of your lifestyle and habits. Expounding upon the AI technology that we have. So since we use a traditional CT machine from a screening perspective, a traditional high dosage of CT scan emits about 50 times that of an X-ray, right? And then we have the low dosage of X-ray coming into picture, which emits about 10 milligram of an X-ray. Dosage of a radiation. And then we have the ultra low dosage of radiation. That is precisely the equivalent to 1 dosage of an X-ray. Now there's a challenge, and that is what we use at Noora, ultra low dosage of radiation, but there's a challenge with it. The image quality goes for a toss. That is how our first AI comes into picture. It sharpens the image quality. If you look at the first image on your left-hand side, it is a non-sharpened image. What the AI does it sharpens image quality and improves the readability and comprehensibility from the radiologist's perspective. The second AI kicks in from a form of assistance. So it becomes a good support tool for the radiologist in finding out health risks that are lurking within the organs. So it is a prompt which helps the doctors and radiologists to figure out and identify health risks. You must be asking, Sai, do you have a case study? Of course, I do have a case study. So this was the case study that was conducted in Japan in 2011, 12, and 13, right? Only in 2013, this is a mammogram report. Only in 2013, they were able to figure out that the guest had breast cancer. The beauty of AI is this. It picked up smaller lesions in the year one itself, in 2011. And 2012, it started to grow. In 2013, it had reached to a larger part of the organ. And that is the value that we're trying to bring, my dear friends. So the key role of AI is to help us detect health threats at an early stage so that we can save lives. Some of the key tests that we do at our center, right? So one is the heart calcium score. So what does this tell? It tells you the risk of heart attack. The calcified calcium which are deposited in your coronary arteries with the help of an ultra-low dosage of non-invasive scan, we tell you the risk of heart attack. The second test is visceral fat. How many of you all thought that sign of prosperity, all of you, any of you all have belly here, belly fat? How many? Belly fat? Yeah? Who doesn't have? Okay. Is it a sign of prosperity? It's a sign of obesity, not prosperity, right? It is vicious. Trust me, it is vicious. Viscera means organs, and the fat surrounding the organs is called visceral fat. It is also a leading factor for heart attack. The third, bone mineral density. How healthy your bones are. Are they brittle? Are they strong? All of us need bones, right? Only then we can walk. Only then we can jog, right? So it's a good support mechanism for the human body. And some of these key tests will help you understand what it stands for. Metabolic syndrome, again, a 5-test comparison, which basically tells you the overall status of your health. Cancer screening. Now, at our center, we have found suspicious cancer lesions for women as young as 25. Age is no more a barrier, my dear friends. If we think about, health checkup is not for me, it is for only for people who are slightly elder to me, no. As young as 25 can be subjected to having health threats within their body. You must be wondering, what is that image there on the left-hand side? So basically, it's about the shadow that falls on your heart, which depends on what you eat, right? So basically, what you eat depends on the risks that are associated with your heart disease. So please be mindful of what you eat so that you can enhance your longevity. How relevant is this test, Sai? Yeah, questions? Are you even relevant? Are you even talking about relevancy? Yes, I am talking about relevancy because we recently had one of the cardiologists, very recent article, 12th September, talk about non-invasive ways of figuring out the risk of heart attack. And one of the key tests that we do is the visceral fat. That is what is covered in that article. Along with that, the advanced tests such as heart calcium score. Moving forward, so this is our wonderfully designed centers. These are the actual pictures of our centers. So we started in Bangalore in 2021, the tech hub and the startup hub of India, followed by a center in Gurugram in 2022, then Mumbai, 23 and Hyderabad, followed by a state-of-the-art global innovation center in Calicut. It was one of the best centers that I have ever come across. The way they have built the center is basically a remarkable journey, and it speaks a lot about their vision. So this is where we are in our number of centers in India. The vision is to have at least 45 centers by 2030 for India alone. So outside India, we are located in Mongolia. We have 2 centers in Mongolia. We have 1 center in Vietnam. And as we speak, there are 3 concurrently centers which are getting ready for launch. One is in UAE, second one is in Cape Town, third one is in Philippines. By 2050, we plan to have 500 centers across the world. With this, my dear friends, we invite you to be a part of Good Health. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sharan, for enlightening us about health and wellness. Finally, I'd like to welcome our esteemed partners from the State Bank of India, Mr. Alok Kumar Chaturvedi, Deputy General Manager. Please join me in welcoming him on stage.
So I'll just tell you 4 or 5 ideas. So you will remember SBI. Many of you will remember SBI for so many reasons, because we are a 213-year-old bank, and we are a banker to every third Indian, right? So Mr. Samir, thank you, our KDM partner, Mr. Gaurav, Santosh, Mr. Sai. So I've already booked the appointment for this health checkup. Thanks for having SBI as a part of this event. Guys, if you see on the side, one side Karnataka Digital Economy Mission, and on the other side you can see SBI. Both are somehow related to the government. You may see SBI in many of such events. I'll give you some perspective. 3 years back, I was in Chennai, and we have opened our second startup branch in Chennai. First was in Bangalore. Now currently we are funding 1,200 startups in this city. We are the only bank who have funded 1,200 startups, and we are also investing through our CSR arm through all those accelerators and other events. In Bangalore, we are the only bank who has a dedicated GCC team sitting here. The flyers are there on your table. We have only devised a dedicated GCC product for GCC clients. We have already opened 4,500 employees account of 45 GCCs in this city, with having the 50,000 employees on their roll whom we are contacting for our corporate salary package. So sometimes you feel SBI as a public sector bank, so that image we are trying to break in, and you can see many more coming here. Just imagine beyond Bangalore, our KDM mission, with 2,500 branches of SBI in every nook and corner of Karnataka, with the state-of-art systems, procedures, and a uniform product. Just see how SBI and these GCCs can work together outside Bangalore also. We are the only bank who are opening a dedicated GCC service center in Indiranagar. Soon, in the next month, we are going to inaugurate. And the last but not the least, we have a dedicated tie-up with KDEM, whom we are working together with KDEM on various aspects like skill building, funding, and providing end-to-end support to our GCC units. So let's have an ecosystem where the best Bank of India, and with the fully equipped team and the GCC friends, we can come together and grow together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Big thanks to all our speakers for this interesting insight on their specific domain. So moving on forward to the award ceremony, I would like to ask all ladies and gentlemen to be ready to celebrate the trailblazers, the visionaries and the true game changers of our industry. It's time for the GBS Leadership Excellence Award 2025. These awards are more than just recognitions. They are a salute to innovation, resilience, and leadership. They honor the champions who dared to think differently, who build teams that inspire, and who turn challenges into opportunity. So, tonight we celebrate not just winners, but the spirit of excellence and their drives global business service forward. And of course, a big round of applause for our partners, State Bank of India, Nura AI Health Screening, and Simply Biz, a GCC enabler, for powering this grand celebration. So, are you ready? Then let's continue with the GBS Leadership Excellence Award 2025. To present our very first award, may I invite Mr. Santosh Ganesh sir and Mr. Raghubabu sir on the stage. Before that, if anyone of you other than the speakers want to share some ideas or throw some light on their expertise or want to share something, they can. Like, this is the stage for all to say your ideas. Is there anyone? Mr. Santosh Ganesh sir. The first award is to Mr. Mohit Malik, CEO, G-Span Technologies.
Hello all, good evening to everybody. I think I did hear Noora for health screening, SBI, and I think I wish there was something, right, to prevent that also, right, that you don't get into a hospital, right? So maybe something around sports, fitness, yoga, something like that, right? So maybe next time, right, you want to do that, Santosh ji and Raghu ji, right? But thank you so much for that. In the month of September itself, right, we launched a GCC for Carlsberg, not for the beer, but for the IT. So, yeah, so, yes, so that's what we did. And this was, again, right, not in Bangalore as of now, but sure, we will expand in Bangalore also, right, in the near future for that GCC. So that was in Gurugram and Hyderabad. And it is the entire landscape, right? The global GCC, first ever outside Denmark that they have. And we as IT services, right, we are into everything that we do in terms of technology, right? And we work with marquee customers. I'll not be able to take the names, but Fortune 50, North America is our focus, and we're expanding into Europe. But thank you so much for the evening, and have a lovely evening, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your great insights. So now we will move on with the award ceremony. So I would like to call Mr. Mohit Malik, CEO. Just yeah. So thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So the next is Mr. Divesh Singhal, SVP Global Operations and Managing Director, India, Signant Health. Okay, so our next winner is Nalajerla Murthy, GM and Country Head, Greenway Health India Private Limited. Mr. Arundhati Rao, Vice President, Global IT, Hewlett Packard Enterprise. Dr. Devam R. Shah, Cisco and DPO, Merlabs Inclusus. Mr. Nitin Srivastava, Global Director, Data and Analytics, Dr. Marthes Global Capability Center. Mr. Ramesh Krishnamurthy, Global Test and Validation Leader and Site Engineer Leader, India for Sensors BU, T Connectivity India Private Limited. Mr. Vishwanandu Raju, Co-Founder and CEO, PlugScale Consulting. Mr. Bhavani Chatterjee, Engagement Leader, Capgemini. Mr. Dhawaljit Kadakia, Joint Director, Bangalore International Exhibition Center. Mr. Paras Nigam, VP Engineering and AI and Site, No-B4. Mr. Sandeep Mehta, Director, Global Shared Services Center, Cortiva AgriScience India Private Limited. Mr. Rajesh Puniani, VP Technology and GCC Site Leader, Kenvenue Solutions India, GCC. Mr. Yogendra Kumar Saini, Country Head, ex SciPlay, a light and wonder company. Dr. Lopa Mudra Basu, Global CIO and CISO, Infosec Gurukul Private Limited. Dr. Balaji MS Group, Chief Human Resource Officer, Critical Facility Group, PT Limited, Singapore. Yeah, before that I would like to the sir want to have some speech.
Okay, you guys got the health. Okay, let me first introduce myself. My name is Yogendra. Everybody calls me Yogi, not Yogi ji. Though I'm from the same state. So I was in Uttarakhand right now. All of you guys are aware of the situation Uttarakhand is going through. It's a very, very, very bad situation for Uttarakhand right now. I never seen that kind of a natural calamity there. There is a lot of damage happened in Dehradun. But Santosh Bhai asked me, hey Yogi, you have to come. So I took a flight. I'll go back tomorrow again to the Dehradun. The one problem, the reason I moved out of the IT corporate sector is to solve one of the problem. Money problem, sir, SBI sir has solved. Health problem, sir has solved. Who will solve your good talent problem? I'm the one. My new startup, which is going to get launched in 3 days from now, is going to solve your talent problem. We are doing IT people trained out in the final year of the college. Those are going to be trained on our platform through our assessment, and then basically we'll make them GCC ready. So please remember my face. Take my LinkedIn ID from Santosh Bhai. Reach out to me if you need good people.
The next is Dr. Lopamudra Basu, Global CIO and CISO, Infosec Gurukul Private Limited. Ms. Sridevi Hegde. Ms. Sridevi Hegde. Our next session is a panel discussion on Nano GCC, small hubs, big impact. As we all know, global capability centers are no longer just about scale. The real power lies in specialized, agile hubs that are creating disproportionate value for business worldwide. At this discussion is designed to give us a 360-degree view of exactly how these nano GCCs are shaping the future, from strategy and talent to operations and innovation. So, we are privileged to have a stellar lineup of leaders with us, each bringing a unique lens of this conversation. So, the first panelist is Augustus Azaria, Regional Director, Kindrel India. So, I would like to call you on the stage. Mr. Siju Soman, VP, HR Services and Business Development, Zalaris. Mr. Prasanna Idara, Head of Operation, GCC, Fictive. Mr. Rajja Narayanaswamy, Founder and CEO, Engen Consulting and Business Solution Private Limited. Mr. Anil Kumar Bonu, State Chairperson, Karnataka, Global Human Resource Management and Organizational Development Council. And to guide this dynamic exchange, we have with us the moderator, Mr. Raghu Babu Guntur, sir, Director, NSC, Global Council of Global Business Services. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me with welcoming our moderator, Mr. Raghu Babu Guntur, and our distinguished panelist, Mr. Raghu sir. The stage is all yours. Yes.
Very good evening, friends. I'm extremely happy to be here along with my panel. 5 stalwart, panel members comes from very, very diverse backgrounds, and definitely, I'm sure, they will justify, this panel, right? I mean, just I want to, take 1 or 2 minutes, and we have 30 to 45 minutes to spend, and we'll see that we give a lot of value to all the participants here. My name is Raghu Babu Gunturu. I run a company called Simply Biz Private Limited. I operate out of Hyderabad, another GCC capital, trying to catch up with Bangalore. And what we do is we help mid-market and global SMBs come to India, set up their nano GCCs, mid-market GCCs, helping set up and also manage their non-core function, finance and compliance operation. That's what we do. And what I want is very, very quick 1 line, 2 lines introduction about you and what you do currently. Then we'll come back and pick up few questions, and see that, how can we, give a lot of value to the participants here. Shiju?
Hey, thanks, Raghu. Hello, everyone. Lovely to be here. My name is Shiju Soman. I am Vice President for HR Services and Business Development with Zalaris. I have close to about 25 plus years of experience in HR and payroll services, and I've started now building GCCs for Zalaris and for our, clients. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, good evening. Truly delighted to be here. Friday evening, heavy topic. Thank you. Name is Augustus from Kyndryl. Kyndryl is an IBM spin-off. We are an IT infrastructure management company based here in Bangalore, headquartered in New York. And for those of you who are wondering what is IT infrastructure management, this is a high-level IT infrastructure of various big organizations that we manage. For example, we have the banking sector, we have the travel sector, and they all run on mainframe, data integrity, data security, and these are some of the areas that we operate in. We have about 25,000 employees in India and are present in about 65 countries globally. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Prasanna Idara. I am Head of Operations for Fictive, a nano GCC with about 100-member team, looking forward to scale and size. Fictive is a global manufacturing and supply chain company transforming ideas into precision engineered, products for our clients and customers. On a personal front, I also run an NGO. As a philanthropist, it's Vidyadan Society providing transformation education. So managing between the professional aspirations and the NGO giving back to the society is my aspiration. Very glad to be a part of this panel. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Raja Narayanaswamy. I've been working for the corporates, for both US and German corporates, setting up their global GCCs. Since 2019, I started my own consulting company, working with the mid-market clients to set up their, now we call it nano GCCs. So I have been doing this since 2019, working with some of the Middle East, US and German companies to set up their very focused product-based teams here in India, across various cities, Coimbatore, Bangalore, Hyderabad and Pune. So thanks, Santosh, for this opportunity to be among these panelists and the elite experienced people here. I'm happy to learn and share my experience. Thank you.
Good evening all. My name is Anil and I do have 23 years of IT experience and worked in India, primarily majority part of UAE and then US. So I came back to India and then I started two companies. One is for setting up as a nano GCC for Middle East based companies. Another one is my HR tech startup, which is Talent Spotify, where we work on KPI gamification part. And I'm happy to see the conversations, how it will be going on this one. Yeah.
And thank you for that rapid introduction. I mean, I'm not sure a year back, we were all talking about GCCs. I mean, large number of participants here and the service providers, right? But last 1 year, it has picked up so much, right? While we have the 1800, which took maybe 2 decades, 3 decades to become that number, right? When we said GCC, it is 3,000 number, 5,000 number. Each location is having 3,000 is considered as a GCC in some, databases, right? So you have a large GCCs and your mid-market GCCs maybe from 100 million to 1 billion, right? And then you have a nano GCCs in new category below 100 million. I mean, is it becoming excessive, the word use of GCC, right? But let's leave that aside, what it is, but what is the value this can generate? I think that is what is important. Several states have policies now, right? Several states are competing, so much of work is happening, several service providers are coming. Therefore, there is a value, right? Otherwise, why anybody want to go after that, right? So definitely there is a value from GCCs. Now, when we look at the nano GCCs, maybe up to $100 million, maybe 10 people to 200 people, 300 people. I think that could be the way to look at as the GCCs, right? And the other category is of who are these nano GCCs who are coming? Maybe a startup in the US, right, who raised 100 million, 20 million, 50 million, doing a product development, right? They are the one who are coming in. That's one category. There are, traditionally we have seen the tech is getting outsourced. Large tech companies, large manufacturing companies, tech is getting outsourced. What is happening now? Non-tech companies are trying to build a tech here, trying to build a marketing here, trying to build a innovation. So many things are happening. Now with the AI and agentic AI, the prescription for GCC itself is undergoing change. Whether we will continue to have 3,000, 5,000, 20,000 GCCs, I don't know. Current mandates are, I have 1,000 people, I want to start a GCC with 100 people, but from my 2,000 number, can we deliver that in 300 numbers with an agentic AI? This is the prescription. There are GCC providers who are saying, I am bundling agentic AI solution with the GCC setup. I mean, that is how the conversation is happening. That is what is the nano GCC, from a context perspective, right? For any GCC, the key weightage, key thing is the talent. Maybe 70-80% is the talent and the outcome. The rest is periphery, right? The workspace, several other things are playing. Talent, best talent, the outcome is what is important, which is 80%. Now, I wanted to, go with the, first on the talent, right? How are you handling the talent piece in terms of retention, in terms of how do we integrate the talent with the parent? It is an extension. It is not, something offsite, remote. It is particularly the nano GCCs, sometimes they are founder driven. Very, very hands-on approach. The outcome for the nano GCCs, I see much better than the large GCCs. I mean, as an enterprise, they have their own hierarchy, structures, the decision making itself could be 6 to 24 months. But nano GCC, it could be like this. Because, I just need 20 people, I just need 50 people. Can I up and running in 1 month, 2 months, get the outcome coming? So what I want is very specifically on the talent side, each one of you, something which is unique you are doing in your organization, which can help nano GCCs, adapt and, deliver that value. Shiji, you want to go?
So very good point, right? Talent, and that's right. See, with nano GCCs, what we are doing is, and what does talent need? Talent needs the value in the organization. They want to be recognized. Nobody wants to do just back office work anymore. And that is where, as Raghu said, your customers or clients outside are coming in saying that we want GCCs to be embedded with agentic solution or AI solution or automation. Your talent need not do the hardcore transactional activities. Those things are automated completely. So our focus is to provide that value add to the talent so that they feel valuable within the organization, and that is what we are driving from a culture perspective. So in my view, all these nano GCCs that we are talking about, right, these nano GCCs are pretty much focused on AI or business intelligence, very core skill set, which is needed for every organization. How do you enable them, with the value within the organization? That is what we are driving from a culture perspective.
Thank you, Shujo. Taking off from what you said, culture, I think that's the most important aspect of it. So talent's got to be undergirded by culture. And when I say culture, it's about building a culture of innovation, all right? About building collaborative spirits, respect for each other, and of course having learning as a habit, building that learning behavior, because the availability of talent can at many times become a demand, but if you have the right culture and you're able to grow that talent alongside that culture, or rather undergirded by that culture, I think we got the right mix to attract both the nano GCCs as well as the micro and macro. Thank you.
I mean, you are the, your organization is a perfect fit for a nano GCC. What you guys do, how did you start, how did you hire, why did you start that GCC in India? I mean, how much you have achieved that objective. Maybe some your own experience, your own organization will be very valuable.
Sure. I think you have very well articulated, and it is what exactly it is. It is the founder's vision for Fictive. It's about 2.5 years that Fictive GCC has been in Bangalore, setting up at scale. So definitely in terms of the operational efficiency, the team is contributing at 25% or higher. The three key focus areas that we are looking at for the GCC to sustain and also to scale, because when you say nano GCCs, I think the first thing is about the sustainability, right? As much easier it is to set it up, it is also a lot of resilience to hold the talent, the closely knit people with strong cultural foundation, and also under the umbrella of the employee experience, right? The belief system, the perks that they get, especially the Fictive GCC also operates in a EST PST timing, so it is biologically counterclockwise that we are operating, so looking at the wellness aspect of it. But this is how we have defined our theme as Build It Together GCC with three key pillars, and that's what we're going to execute as a strategy, especially at the GCC. Here is the technical capabilities. As I said, Fictive is a manufacturing and supply chain organization into digital support, so having technical capabilities of these SMEs is very important. And then the functional capabilities, we always talk, do we have SMEs here? Are those key roles really out of the local, or are they kind of managed and we are doing executional roles? I think I can say the Fictive is a good example that we have SMEs, people talk about KPIs, inclined to the business vision. They talk in terms of the revenues, and the contributions are directly aligned to the ROI that the company generates, and every resource is directly linked to it. We are part of all hands, some of these great initiatives that are driven. And the third one is on the leadership capabilities. It is a very young GCC and also a very nano setup. So we have got leads, but nurturing their leadership to be able to scale and sustain for longer is the third key pillar. And that's our strategy, to put these three things together, make it stronger, and take it forward. I hope I answered. Thank you.
So when we talk about the nano GCCs, we are talking about a Scrum team, kind of a team setting up, which is very focused on delivering certain value to either to the parent company or to the startup. Okay, so I just want to share my personal experience both as a corporate employee, where I was involved in setting up such small Scrum teams, or now as an entrepreneur setting up those nano teams for companies like very small, below 500 million, not even above 500 million revenue, below 500 million revenue companies. So way back in 2012, I set up a Greenfield Development Center in Gurgaon for a German company, which is a $3 billion company, but they decided to set up an R&D center outside Munich in Asia to cater to the Asian market, which is a very niche product they have been building. They are into currency security related products. Okay, so they, for some reason, their board of members decided to set it up in Gurgaon, which is very challenging way back in 2012 to set up a R&D team. So I was the first hire, and I was posted in Gurgaon to set up the team. I found it very difficult because there is no competitor available in India which is working on this currency technology, right? So I used to hire from ATM Industries, which is NCR, and Diebold, which is in similar category, but still the talent did not make up to what the expectation of Germans had. But it took us some time. And coming back to now, setting up these nano development centers for Middle East companies or a US company or a German company, how we are doing it is, it's very difficult. If you have a brand, then easy to attract. And within India, we are really fighting against corporates to attract the talent, and the talent is available only with the corporates. But what we are doing is, we are finding a match which is 70% closer talent for the JD that the client is giving, and then training them on the domain that they require, right? But it takes some time, but we are confidently ramping up the team, bringing them to the standard that the client is expecting. So also, we are not just providing the staffing services, we are taking the journey together with our clients, building the team over a period of time, identifying the skill gap and training them. So what my suggestion would be, if you're really focusing on a nano GCC, like how you build a sales pipeline, build a talent pipeline. Identify your core team, hire those guys, you utilize them to build the second set of team which can be trained, and they take over the lead or architect position over a period of time, so that you are able to manage the attrition. Attrition is something which we can't ignore it. It is going to be there, especially for those small startups or the nano GCCs. And especially when you're building a nano GCC, you're working on something special, product-based deliverables. So any disturbance in the attrition will affect. It's not the work packages that we are focusing on. We are focusing on a product which has its milestone, which has to go into the market at certain point of time. Otherwise, you miss the bus, right? So we need to have a backup team. Maybe it costs more than the budget, but it is always good to have a pipeline of people available to take over if somebody leaves the organization, and then he takes over from there. So my suggestion is to build your talent pipeline, train your team, keep it ready, even it overshoots budget, but it is worth doing it.
So coming to the talent, in fact, I started startup because of that reason only. So when we know that when nano GCs are turning from cost arbitrage to center of excellence, when it is being turning into center of excellence, you need to have a people. So initially when I came back to India, that's the one of the biggest challenge what we had, to identify talent and to hire them back on this one. So identification talent is very easy. Somewhere like, with our experience, we can identify it. But the challenge is convincing them to join back to a nano GCC, because there is not much bigger brand on this one. It's very difficult. However, when they join, and retaining them is another bigger challenge. So in order to solve the problem, we just come up with that something called as a talent Spotify part, where we make the everyday work into gamification to make them into engaging, so that at least they will be just like, whatever the KPI they are achieving, the moment we are going to be recognizing, and then we are rewarding them with the points. It's not like as a non-monetary, it's a kind of a non-monetary way, like you just get the points and you can redeem it. Today I'll work from home by exchanging of these points. Coffee with CEO, or maybe something like as a certificates, those kind of a reward points, what we have started to redemption mode in a non-monetary way. Then we have seen the results, and as a resultant, we have clearly seen that last 3 years, I have not seen any resignation from my team, whomever it is we have started on this one. I think it is definitely working, and also my customers are also saying the same way, the model what we suggested on this one, and their retention rate is much more higher than this one. That's
Raja, you wanted to share a couple of the GCCs you have enabled with a specific examples. Who have come in? Why did they come in? Maybe that will be very relevant to understand, right? What kind of companies are coming into nano GCC?
Yeah, like Madhu said from Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, we are working with clients who are not much aware about the talent or the landscape available in India. So we focus on product companies, because I never worked in an IT services company. I worked my corporate life, I worked for product companies who build products for the global market. So we work with those kind of clients. So it takes a lot of time to make them understand India talents are available. The attrition is not that bad, that what you think. We can still build that kind of a talent and deliver your product. So it takes a lot of time to sell that. And I like what I told earlier, Raghu, this setting up development center, technology center, which is very complex. We did prove it. I always feel proud I was being part of this currency technology company. Its name is GCK and Devry, and it is based out of a Munich 160-year-old company, which is purely into currency and security and e-passport related. I built a team in Gurgaon, 120-member team, and we delivered a product which is now being used in almost 60% of the countries in the world, sorting their currencies and detecting the counterfeit. So it's possible, and it was recognized as a Make in India product in Hanover. as an Indo-German collaboration also. So it's possible, but it takes time to make them understand, especially the SMB clients, that India is not just a work package, delivering work packages, but they can also build innovation and technology products also.
Then I just want to share, a couple of GCCs we have enabled. We have enabled one GCC in Bangalore. It is a North Carolina-based, agri-tech startup, greenfield agri-tech startup, and they raise some money in the US. They want to build a product. They have built an entire product out of Bangalore. They hired 40, 50 people. Over 36 months, they built a product. Now they are into commercial operation. Entire indoor farming tech platform they have built based out of IoT. They started with a tech team. Now they have set up the marketing and sales team. Super happy. Founder is super happy. He advocates coming tech startups, to India. He is an ambassador for us. That's one startup. The second, one GCC Nano in some sense. Second, very recently we enabled something in Hyderabad. This is a Texas-based company. What they do, they design and manufacture beauty segment furniture for the large retailers. Walmart, Tiger kind of a thing. They're 150 million revenue. They wanted to have their tech team, AI team for their designs. And they came with 20 people. It's a 1-year-old. They are happy. They are increasing their scale. Now they also want to add sales, marketing, admin support. These are the examples in terms of nano GCCs. We could not have thought of this maybe 5 years back. Large enterprises, Fortune 100, 500 already came in, but now I think mid-market and the small companies are coming, and I think that's going to be increasingly very, very high. I just want to, pick up, how do you get attention from your parent for your GCC that you deserve, attention, and then you want to grow in the value chain? What are you doing as a India center head?
That's for me. So I think, so as mentioned, it's no longer scale, at least for the nano GCCs, it's not scale, number of people. It is the value proposition, the value that the projects that are run from here are deriving, and there are some very critical projects that the GCC here is, delivering and taking the ownership end to end, and the success of it talks, and then, you become a part of the parent, right? So pilot has been successfully completed. We had our own learnings, failures, and a few success stories, but I think that is how we are building trust to the parent that, hey, we can independently deliver, you just give us, and we are able to demonstrate that value for you, and a purpose-driven value, and bring in that innovative angle for the digital manufacturing that the organization is looking at, and how it can be relevant to all the global regions that we are operating. So yeah, I think take up those projects that have a clearly defined ROI, that has a value proposition, that is directly linked to the revenue model of the parent organization, and give the trust with the culture element within. We shouldn't be silos within. I think that's the biggest problem that we continue to solve. As we set up, we are within ourselves sometimes, nano pieces. But I think as a team, when we come together, show that outcome, I think the parent will definitely get inclined and invest more into the GCC here in, in the Bangalore.
Thank you. Yeah, first to Augustus and then to Shiju. The big challenge, again, I'm coming back a little bit on talent, and, you are hiring small teams, 20, 50, 100, 200. You are a small brand or you don't have a brand at all, right? How should they crack this, right? They are competing with the people like IBMs and Infosys, PE-funded, large companies. How do they solve this puzzle? What are the tricks?
Yeah. I think the first thing to understand here, but what you said was size doesn't matter, okay? It's about skills arbitrage today. And are the skills available? Well, to be the bearer of bad news, the skills are not available as much as we would like that quality to be, all right? So if you look at our campuses, there is about 50% or 58% employability, all right? And then we end up training them, investing them, and then making them billable. So the cycle time it takes for a nano or a micro macro GCC is at least 6 months for them to be productive. So what do? Well, we've got to work on 3 Fs. I call it fast, flat, and focused. Fast is that you go to campuses, bring in your syllabus, what you want them to be on your first day of work, and then get the campus to make sure that that skill is imparted to them. And how does it happen? Not just by the faculty out there, because faculty in many cases don't have industry experience. So it's important that we send our people there, we define that syllabus, and then deliver that learning over there so that you have industry-ready skills. The other thing here is a soft issue I want to bring out, is that the workforce today is fragmented. You're not going to be having them all in one place of Bangalore. You've got to look beyond. And I've done it. And I see skills right across the state of Karnataka, be it Hubli, Dharwad, Davangere, or wherever it is. So you've got to go there to unlock talent. And when you unlock talent there, you have a lower challenge of attrition. You also have better skills, I would say. And I have friends here from KDM to whom I keep pushing them to give us skills, because without skills, you don't have a business. So I think the first thing that we've got to do here alongside KDM and my friends from finishing schools and universities is to build that pipeline. Build that pipeline and also build confidence in the workforce that is coming today, and tell them we are fine with you being fragmented because we can build digital workplaces. Digital workplaces can be built anywhere right outside Bangalore. You therefore decongest the city, and also it's purpose driven. It meets ESG goals, right? And last but not least, I want to also say that there's a lot of uncertainty because of global cues, all right? Today, with the geopolitical situation that is happening there, 3 wars happening around us, the new workforce as well as the existing workforce is insecure. So it's so important to build that sense of assurance in people. And when you put people at the core of your business will run on autopilot. Thank you. Shiju? Yes, you can clap.
So that's absolutely right? Without skills, we cannot achieve the business objectives. See, one challenge that I have faced in my organizations and all the organizations that I've worked for is people don't understand what GCC is. For the new talent, the talent who have just come out of the college, they don't know what GCC is. Though I have seen a shift of, educational sector wherein now we are focused on data analytics as a course, or data science as a course, or business intelligence as a course, or there are AI courses right from the school curriculum, so people understand these small segments. When we talk about nano GCCs is all about bringing this together, right? We are not talking about scale here. We are talking about excellence. We are talking about teams who can actually work through these specialized skills. Right from the educational institutions, I think that needs to be pushed. So we have to start understanding that GCCs are not the old age BPOs or, the call centers. That is not GCC. And we are slowly moving from GCCs to people have started calling it as GVCs, right? Global value creators, or, global value centers. So it is all about value that brings in. Now, Raghu, to answer your question, see, attracting talent is, I think it's difficult for every firm, irrespective of the brand that they have. With Gen Zs coming into picture, they don't care about what brand they are working about. They care about actual work. You have the clear roles and responsibilities called out, and you have the clear outcomes defined to them. You will attract talent. And you're right, to an extent, see, we have skill scarcity, but it's not because they do not know. It is because they do not, nobody has told them that, this is what is required in the business world. I think if the moment we change that outlook, the skills will start attracting more and more skills.
Okay, thank you. See, not that, every GCC is successful. We've been thinking, business is moving from services industries to GCCs, but there are also, challenges, right? Very recently, I come across a US-based product company. They set up a GCC immediately after COVID. We all know what happened immediately after COVID, the kind of salaries and the increments which have happened. They hired at a very, very expensive resource here. They could not manage it. Now they want to give it to a managed service provider. I just want, maybe Anil and then Raja, then to Prasanna to respond. What are the typical challenges, and how do we avoid them?
See, as you rightly said on this one, acquiring a talent is one of the major challenge. That is fine. Then after that, once the people whomever it is hired at that moment, and to retain them, and with the cost, whatever it is coming up on this one, it's always a challenge on this one, especially post-COVID. This is what actually everybody has seen the trends on this one. Even we are just working with one of the niche skill set on this one, and where we have hired the people where we could not even, we are ready to pay, but people are not available with the skill set on this one, because now they are looking with the bigger brands. They don't want to work with the nano GCCs on this one, because especially pandemic time, yes, everybody wants to come up on this one and work it out. But after post-pandemic, the whole scenario has been changed. And now, yeah, you are exactly pointed out, still that is a bigger challenge on this one, to retain the talent, and identification of the niche skill talent is always a challenge for us. Raja, you want to add?
See, as I said earlier, don't always fight for the best talent. I don't know what that best talent means. And everybody is fighting for that talent, and we are creating a disparity in the salary between above average guy and the best guy, right? So to avoid that, my experience, what I'm trying to say is, let's find a guy who is above average and try to train them and retain, and he will be loyal with us for a longer period of time, right? And he gets an opportunity to learn, and then he learns the domain, and he stays at least for 2 years, which is fair enough for today's scenario to stay with us. So let's look for a closer match even from a different domain, but he understands the technology, he understands and eager to learn, so that we take them, hire them, and then train and build them into the much skilled person, and then for sure my experience says he would stay with us for a longer period.
Yeah, Prasanna, you want to go? Typically what are the challenges and how to avoid? I know other than talent, talent is one, but what else can hamper growth, can hamper achieving the desired results?
So again, I will speak in the context of our setup. So there are three things, both in terms of challenge and also an opportunity if we can overcome. One is the infrastructure or the ecosystem. When you set up, Nano GCC is not like, you have two people sitting having a cup of coffee. It is a complete setup. Even for 100 people, you have an end-to-end setup, right? So maintaining that infrastructure, and again, as Sir has mentioned about the policies and the extension of support that, these GCCs would get in terms of benefits to sustain, to also make the parent attract towards it, I think is one in terms of the infrastructure. That's a continuous thing to look at. The second one is on the integration. Integrating with the parent vision, integrating with the overall, the success of the organization and their roadmap, running at that speed is also very important. And the third challenge is retention. Sir has mentioned, I think it is definitely quite challenging to retain. People would want to learn, upskill, get better, but then they want the brand at the end of the day, right? So when they are tenured enough, then they would definitely want to get into the big pool. How does then, the nano GCCs have the ability to retain them, keep them for the longer term? I think these are the three things: infrastructure, integration, and retention are the challenges we are working on.
Thank you. Raja, you wanted to touch upon what are the typical engagement models for these, nano or small GCCs. How can they come into India?
Okay, this is goes into like what I said, a lot of sales and marketing that we have to do, right? The mindset has to change. The big brands understand what India can offer, but the mid-market or the small clients, they do a lot of innovative work right? So to attract them, we need to really do a lot of sales and marketing, like the Indo-German chamber can do this for us, right? And they can associate with the product companies who are doing a lot of work, not those startups in India that do the e-commerce, but there are other startups like Neuro AI, right? They are doing a lot of innovative work in that. Of course, it's collaboration, but still, to maintain that, to sustain that, they would have a tech team supporting them. So we should market about those product companies that are doing a lot of good work in India, the startups ecosystem. Then it would help to make them open up and come to India to set up those product teams here in India. We have done it as a small company, Engine Consulting. We have done such small teams like 10 to 15 member team. Not only in Bangalore, we have done it in Pune, in Coimbatore for a data analytics company which is doing very focused analytics. And also some of the other solar-based company which is doing on EV work, which is very technology-oriented product. I can't mention the company name. And we have set up a cross-functional team. Cross-functional team, when I say it, is about mechanical, electronics, embedded, and the application software. A core team here, they started with a one-member team. They want to test it, but they got convinced that we have a good set of people here, and then it grew over 2 years into a 15-member team now. They're very happy that, and it saves them costs and time, and then we are there to support them 24 hours with their time zone. And then those kind of things, I would say it needs a lot of sales and marketing, and the government like KDM and a lot of other associations are very actively now traveling across the globe. And if they can take industry partners and make them showcase our technology and the skills that we are doing, it will help us bring in more clients here.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, see you want to add? Yeah, please.
This is Sunil. At the time of 2000, 2002, we are setting up the GCC in Malaysia and Singapore. Okay. The thing is, they were build, operate, execute model which they build the technology parks. It's kind of any new startup, new company which they need to start for nano GCs for 100, 150. Let's, you take 100 acres, but they are giving the ready-made support for them. Any company, they want to move to India, they will provide the infrastructure, they will provide the benefits, and the right talent also they will provide. And same time, they build a culture. Until unless we are not able to build the company's culture, let's say one company is coming from China. So especially the people who are joining the employees, they need to understand the culture. The company has to build how the company can establish, and the right talent, how to grow. So these are the possibilities we need to see with how the leadership will be there. All this perspective we need to build. But in India right now, many GCCs are coming, but still we need a lot of maturity on GCC side. A lot of government side, we need to a lot of support between state government and central government actually. We proposed a few models with IT minister in central government actually. Hopefully it will work it out soon actually. Yeah. Thank you.
Then I mean, the culture is very, very important, talent and culture. And I mean, without the culture, I think the outcomes cannot come. Any of you want to comment on what are you doing to address that culture issue?
So our definition of culture is recognize the right thing, don't ignore the good thing, and do not tolerate the non-compliant thing. I think then it'll define the culture of your organization. So recognize, ignore, and tolerate. What you're tolerating, what you're ignoring, and what you're recognizing, I think means the culture. And in a small setup, everybody is seeing everything, what's going on. There is nothing hidden. So yeah, I think that's what I would like to say.
You know, some companies have taken an approach, you know, from GCC You keep couple of people at the parent. They are your representative. That is how the culture gets transmitted. You put them on site. He is the one who is selling the GCC at a parent, right? So he is being paid by the GCC, not by the parent. So that's how his mandate is to see that how do I get more work to the GCC? How do I deliver value to the GCC? That's one way. I think the immersions and some of those things maybe in the large companies it happens big way, but I think smaller companies, I think getting value seems to be a less challenge versus for a large company, because you have scarce capital, scarce resources, maybe you have the deadlines, I mean maybe parent has a lesser team and your GCC has a larger team, maybe 10:100 kind of a thing. That's what I see. Any of you have any closing comments? Otherwise, we will close the session. We have two more other panels.
Just to add, beyond culture is purpose.
Right.
Now, even if you're a small company, you don't compete with a large company on compensation or various other things. I think it's about articulating the purpose of why they are there and what are they doing. So if you're working for a healthcare life sciences company and the person is writing code in Java, every line of code that person is writing goes towards somebody's well-being. I think that's about articulating purpose to the individual. And once you articulate purpose effectively and the person's value system resonates with that purpose, you get engagement. And when you get engagement, you get wellness. You have a healthier workforce. So, culture, again purpose. Engagement, healthier workforce. Thank you.
That was a fantastic closing remark. Purpose, I think purpose is defined. People are aligned with your purpose. I think they will work. And even the smaller brand, people will come and work. If the purpose is aligned and there is a very challenging work. I think talent, it's a challenge for everybody, large company and small company. But, this has to be addressed. And I want to thank all my panel members for doing a fantastic job, maybe in 30-40 minutes. We are running out of time and the schedules got delayed. Thank you so much, each one of you, for sparing your time. Thank you, audience, for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you, everyone.
So thank you so much to our distinguished panelists for the engaging and insightful discussion. And a special thanks to our moderator, Mr. Raghu Babu Guntur sir, for steering the conversation so thoughtfully. So now I would like to ask Mr. Santosh sir to present the mementos to all our panelists ahead. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call all the dignitaries, Mr. Gaurav Vaidya, Mr. Samir Venugopal sir, Mr. Madhusudan sir, Mr. Sai Sharan sir, and Mr. Alok Kumar. And I would again like to invite Mr. Santosh sir to present the memento to all these dignitaries. Mr. Madhusudan sir. Mr. Madhusudan sir. Mr. Sai Sharan sir. Mr. Alok Kumar. I would also like to invite Miss Ritika. Miss Ritikam. Dr. Shahana. Dr. Shahana. Miss Bhavani Chatterjee. Mr. Bhavani Chatterjee, sir. Mr. Divesh Singhal. Mr. Divesh Singhal. Now I would like to invite Ms. Rupali Patil, CIO of Global Synergizers, to kindly launch the product for Shuddha Space.
Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, which is a parent organization of Global Council of Global Business Services, is passionate about promoting sustainable business and sustainable products and all those things. So today we are very privileged to have Ms. Rupali, who is one of our global member of Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, and we are happy to launch one of the sustainable product, and she'll be talking more about it. Please, can you just unbox it?
Thank you. So hello everyone again. Are you guys happy to see me? Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is something which is very close to our heart. Shuddha Space. So Shuddha Space is a part of a Global Synergizers group, and as a part of that, what we have been doing is we have been working with farmers in 16 states, and not just farmers, but we are working with farmers and women groups. So today what we are launching, I think, okay. So we will just share a small video with you, and from there, so we bring to you Mitti Sutra. Why Mitti Sutra? Because this is from Bharat Ki Mitti. So when we decided on corporate gifting solutions, the idea was that we will bring all the products which are from our own soil. And that's the reason I think when the team came to me and talked about California almonds, and I said to them, no, that's not from Bharat Ki Mitti. So every product, right from nuts to spices to superfoods. I mean, today if you go out, you like to get moringa. You like to get makhana. I think all the mothers over here, they must be giving to their kids makhanas. So what we are bringing to you is something different than the regular gifting, and that is what we are bringing to you, the Mitti Sutra. Thank you so much for your time.
Now let's continue with the GBS Leadership Excellence Award again. So I would like to call Dr. Lopamudra Basu. Who's there? So I would like to call Dr. Balaji Mr. Shivesh Singh, Chief Product and Technology Officer, Data Infra Solutions Private Limited. Subba Gonela, CHRO, Rakuten Symphony. Amit Subhanje, Cyber Security Leader, RTX Corporation. Head of Engineering, Tata Digital Private Limited. Jawar Govindraj, AI Transformation Specialist, Tech Mahindra. Mushtaq Ahmed, Chief Information Officer, Movet Technologies Private Limited. Mushtaq Ahmed. Sai Girdhar Nallamaru, Managing Director, Ishanna Health. Amit Gulati, SVP, Business and Delivery, GCC India and APAC. Dr. K. Santosh Iyer, Director and Head of Capability Development, Harbinger Group. Gyanesh Kumar, Head, High Tech, GCC. Sunil Kumar Reddy, Vempalli, Global IT Head, Tata. Sunil Kumar Reddy. Debashish Roy, VP, IT Infra and IT Procurement, Northern Trust. Debashish Roy, VP, IT Infra and IT Procurement, Northern Trust.